Yeah, our CBS 12 News anchor Jim Grimes is with us this morning. He's up nice and early for us because you experienced some crazy stuff the last 48 hours.
Yeah, Kristen, so imagine 48 hours. We left, I believe, on Thursday, got there Friday morning, and then we were there for that entire day. We left that night.
Wow.
And so it was kind of a whirlwind. And I have to say that the people who were part of this and organizing it last minute did a terrific job. It was highly unorganized in the sense that there was nobody really knew their defined roles, at least for the volunteers and the medical staff, or even how they were going to hand out the donations.
Wow.
But it all went according to plan, if there was one, as we got into Freeport.
And what kind of stuff did you see? Because a lot of what I watched in your package made me tear up.
Well, we tried to describe the scene there, and I have to say the biggest challenge is the hurricane. It came right over the Abaco, the Grand Abaco Island, and then it kind of did this cut across Grand Bahama, which is over on the eastern side. It was really difficult to get to this area right here that you're seeing. In fact, as we had to pay a driver to take us over there. The government really didn't want us to see this. Maybe it was because they were worried about our safety, but I think it had more to do with just they wanted to show the parts of the island that were really okay, because of course we'll talk about that as tourism industry is just a huge part of what they're doing. So they wanted to kind of show that. Unfortunately, you know, they need to show these areas so that people know what they're donating to and giving help to. I have to say that the homes in that back part of that area, they look like the Abaco Island, they're either leveled or they had major flood damage. The storm surge was extremely high, 15 feet or so.
Wow.
So that's where a lot of the loss of life came in.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so you mentioned the government. How do you think they're helping out so far?
I think they're overwhelmed. You know, the UK has stepped up and said that they are responding, if you will. It's a commonwealth of the British government, and they are trying to spend, you know, millions of dollars to maybe bail them out, if you will. It's not so much the money that's needed right now. It's really the supplies and the medical aid and the shelter. They have no running water. They have no food. It's scarce. Everywhere we went, people were asking us, yelling at us from our car, you know, do you have any water? So that's the kind of conditions that are there right now. Surprisingly, people there are extremely, how do I put it? They seemed happy. They're happy to be alive. They're happy that you know that it wasn't worse, if you will. That island attitude is definitely something that you see, and you're like, wow, these people are very resilient.
Wow. And do you think enough is being done over there? Because it looks like there's a lot of people pitching in to help, but I mean, if they just need things as simple as water, I mean, where do you begin?
I think the donations are the key here, and I think a lot of people who want to go over there and help are just going to have to kind of wait to see what their role would be, because at the moment it seems like it's a real rescue effort, if you will, still underway. There's still a lot of people over there who need medical attention. The death toll, we have no idea just how many people have lost their lives. So at this particular moment, I think it's kind of out of the hands of the volunteers, if you will. The government is taking care of what they have to. To tell you that they are going to have a long road to recovery is an understatement. And I think the tourism industry there will eventually come back, but at this moment, you know, you've got to look at it in stages. They are definitely at that emergency level, even still.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for coming in this morning, and thank you for that report. We appreciate you. And we'll be right back here on CBS 12 News this morning.